In this video we will discuss the effect of inflation on some other dimensions. 6. Effect of inflation on saving. Inflation reduces the value of money over time. So, people do not like to keep cash with them because it buys less in the future. Instead, they deposit money in banks or invest in assets to protect its value. People also visit banks more often to manage their money and reduce loss in value. This extra effort and movement is called shoe leather cost of inflation. In the short run, people may save more to avoid holding cash. In the long run, high inflation discourages saving because real returns fall and people prefer spending or investing in physical assets. 7. Effect of inflation on expenditure. Two types of expenditure. 1. Consumption expenditure. 2. Investment expenditure. 1. Consumption expenditure. Increase price makes consumption level fall as goods and services get costlier. People cut consumption level to neutralize the impact of price rise. Hence consumption expenditure falls. When prices fall, people buy more and consumption increases. 2. Investment expenditure. Inflation makes the real cost of borrowing cheaper. Borrowers benefit from inflation, called inflation premium. Businesses find loans affordable and increase investment. When prices fall, loans become costlier in real terms and investment decreases. In simple words, inflation reduces consumption but encourages investment. The opposite happens when prices fall. 8. Effect of inflation on aggregate tax. 1. Impact on taxpayers. Two types of tax. 1. Indirect tax. 2. Direct tax. 1. Indirect tax increases with inflation since price of goods and services increase, hence pay increased. Indirect tax, such as excise, VAT, etc. 2. Direct tax. Direct tax, income tax, interest tax, burden of the taxpayer also increases as taxpayers' gross income moves to upward slab of income tax brackets, but the real value of money does not increase. In fact, it reduces. This problem is also known as bracket creep, i.e., inflation-induced tax increase. Some countries index tax slabs to inflation to avoid this problem. 2. Impact on government. Government suffers. Inflation increases the nominal value of the gross tax revenue collection but real value decreases due to inflation as delay in tax collection. Government benefits. Inflation reduces the real value of government debt as government benefits as a borrower since inflation benefits borrowers. If government incurs high fiscal deficit, increased borrowing, printing currency, inflation acts like an inflation tax, and cutting down the expenditure and consumption of the people. 9. Effect of inflation on exchange rate. Inflation means domestic prices rise faster than foreign prices. This makes domestic goods costlier compared to foreign goods. As a result, demand for foreign currency increases. So, the domestic currency loses value, depreciates, under a flexible exchange rate system. In other words, with inflation the currency of the economy depreciates, loses its exchange value in terms of a foreign currency, provided it follows the flexible exchange regime. Higher inflation usually weakens a country's currency, but the effect depends on inflation in other countries too. Now let's understand the term flexible exchange rate regime. Flexible exchange rate regime, also known as a floating exchange rate regime, is a monetary system that allows a country's currency price to be determined by supply and demand in the foreign exchange market. Here currency value fluctuates based on supply and demand relative to other currencies. Flexible exchange rate regime is of two types. Type 1. Free float. Governor does not intervene. 2. Managed float, also known as dirty float, government intervenes. Australia, UK, Japan and US are example of currency exchange rate regime. India also pursues since the liberalization in 1991. Thank you for watching this video. In next video we will discuss effect of inflation on other dimensions of economy.